I hope you've used up your Ken energy because Barbenheimer is finally here. After weeks of hype leading up to its release, the oddball couple Barbie and Oppenheimer is now showing in multiplexes across the country. Theater chains such as AMC are already touting the hefty double-billing advances of Greta Gerwig's toy fantasy, Christopher Nolan's fact-based biopic as a sign that moviegoers are investing more in these original summer films than in sequels like Indiana Jones and Dial of Fate or the seventh installment in the Mission Impossible series, both of which had lower than expected opening weekend box office performances. When this style is far less effective, it invites submission from the audience while leaving little substance behind it. Ludwig Göransson wrote a good score, but it's exhausting to use it all the time. Oppenheimer flips through historical events with a melancholy score. Nolan doesn't have to play music, but Oppenheimer just interacts in the classroom. Let some scenes breathe. Fred Topol-Yuppie. For viewers who haven't seen both movies, the popular choice seems obvious. All projections point to Barbie being a box office hit, easily surpassing the $100 million mark in its opening weekend, and could even reach $140 million, a new record for a film by a female director. In the meantime, Oppenheimer hopes to make half of Barbie's opening weekend box office, but plans to stay in theaters for the rest of the summer in hopes of attracting elusive audiences for adult productions. But which movie should you watch? Here's a sample of how Barbie and Oppenheimer interact with their critics and what the director himself thinks of Barbenheimer. The marketing of this thoughtful and provocative film is so loud and relentless that those with an aversion to hustle and bustle may be surprised to find a soulful film amid relentless fuchsia disregarded from context. Someone who has heart and ambition and is beautiful inside and out, Robbie takes archetypes that have long been ignored as caricatures of reality and mocks and fleshes them out moment by moment. With her beaming smile and her silly, graceful physicality, she embodies Barbie's charm and sophistication as easily as her pink flared pants. But just as Barbie doll notices patches of cellulite and begins to have inappropriate thoughts about her death, she also gradually infuses her cheerful mood with trembling tones of vulnerability and a premonition of disaster. Gerwig spends too much time analyzing what it means to make a Barbie movie in 2023 and too little time actually telling that story. The result is a small cinematic collection of philosophical conversations about the historical relationship between Barbie and the feminist movement, punctuated by comedic diversions from Gosling, Kate McKinnon, and Simu Liu, and wrapped up by stories of how Barbie and her real-life owners use philosophical dialogue to subvert the growing patriarchy in Barbie society. 3 hours of feverish immersion in the Life of Manhattan Project mastermind J. Robert Oppenheimer's Cillian Murphy lies between shock and aftershock, what one character calls a terrifying revelation of divine power. There are moments in Nolan's latest film when flames fill the frame and visions of subatomic particles fly across the screen. This is a montage of Oppenheimer's own troubled vision. But despite Oppenheimer's greatness, this is Nolan's most human film and one of his greatest achievements. At the center of this maelstrom is Oppenheimer, whom Nolan loves dearly and who, like Bruce Wayne in a batsuit, wears his signature hat and coat. Murphy endowed the scientist with so many martial qualities, impulses, and instincts. He is incomparably perceptive and unaware of his mistakes. He is ambitious, and when he is in the limelight, he is restless. He is assertive and ultimately unsure of his decisions, his face resonating like a topographical map of an increasingly troubled soul. It's a brilliant, brilliant twist by the Peaky Blinders star and frequent Nolan collaborator, offering a micro and macro concept of the inner-outer conflict of a physicist. It's all about love doubled down twice. Barbie, then Oppenheimer, then Barbie. I think you have to see what the experience is like. I think I'll have to do all the travel myself, Greta Gerwig tells The Hollywood Reporter. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like to stay up to date.